No, seriously, it's just our daily lives, just real life, daily lives. Come along. So I'm out here in the Splash Mountain garden, and I'm noticing, number one, some bulbs are coming up, and that's exciting. But two, I've got my, looks like Furnicus was out here, but it looks like my snapdragons have a bunch of seeds on them, and I'm thinking I might go ahead and harvest some of them. I've never done that like this late. Will they still be good? I mean, they've just sat here over winter. You guys tell me. But while we're out here, I need to show you how cool these are. I don't know if you've ever seen how awesome their little seed pods are. But they have the look of little skulls. Look at these wailing skulls. Isn't that awesome? Perfect for someone like me. Just the kind of thing that I'm into. Anyway, I have a tote, a little shoebox tote, and I'm going to go ahead and pull a bunch of them, and let's see if we can't harvest some of the seeds. I've got a bunch of seeds over here that I can harvest. Again, we'll see if they're still good after being out here over winter, but I'm gonna give them a try, because why not? Just by taking them off, snapping them, and putting them in here, look how many beautiful little seeds have fallen out. Isn't that lovely? Instead of doing like I did with this, where I did all the little individual ones, with these, I'm gonna do more of a tray, a lot like Monty Don does, where I just, I'm gonna have a tray of dirt and sprinkle them as evenly as possible. And then we will see what pops up and prick out what works, and then divide them up into their own little cups. But look how pretty. It's so silly, but so exciting harvesting your own seeds. Okay, so I've got all these envelopes. They're just like greeting card envelopes that we got from a party store dumpster. And I'm going to use them for the seeds. Monty Don, or was it Carol? One of them on Gardener's World recommended using paper envelopes rather than like zippy bags for your seeds. Why? I don't know, but if they say it, it must be true. I trust Gardener's World implicitly. So I got all of these envelopes that, of course, we salvaged, and I'm going to gather up these seeds. And now, of course, I'm in the mood to just harvest more seeds. And I went out front and was doing something, and I was like, wait, there's all kinds of seeds out there too, because I haven't chopped down any of the foliage from late fall or winter. So why not? This is frugal living right here. I'm using salvaged envelopes, and I'm gathering seed from plants I already have. And I feel good about that. It feels like spring. It feels so good. Okay, so I was on the front porch doing a little bit of tidying up and cleaning and stuff, which, it needed. And in my deck box, I found these Jiffy pots. And these, it's a seed starter kit, and I'm pretty sure this was from one of the Amazon mystery boxes. This, I think, was a dumpster salvage treasure. And then I have all my old seeds, lots of which you guys have sent to us, a few that I have bought. There are some that I'm sure will not be salvageable, but we're gonna try to do as many as we can. Now, I can't do a whole spread of little seedlings. I just don't have room, and we have the cat now, and it would take up the whole table, and we have committed to having dinner at the table every night, so that's just not possible. And I don't really have room over where I've done them before, because the cat's stuff is over there and my Disney display, and we just don't want to crowd it up. So the plan is I'm going to do some of them, just a few that I can make room for. I'm going to actually exercise some serious restraint, and then the rest I'm going to sprinkle into seed trays and put them in like a makeshift greenhouse and see how it goes. It'll just be purely experimental. Some of them we'll just sprinkle like we did last year out into some pots, kind of like the basil and stuff like that, which actually I've gotten more seeds from the ones we planted last year. Yeah, I'm just gonna sprinkle them into pots outside and see what happens. I will mark what I've sprinkled there, but then we'll just see, because that's what I have room for and that's what we're gonna do. So I've gone through all the seeds and was actually really pleased to find that there's a lot of them that are still totally usable, so that's great. I was able to get this emptied out so that now it will only hold my gardening tools, and I will use the shoebox tote for the seeds. Yeah, with a lid and everything, so that those that we don't use this year won't get ruined. And I was able to find, finally, my strawberry food that I've been looking for quite a while, a couple years. So hopefully that is still good, because we have a lot of strawberry plants throughout the gardens, and I would like to have like masses of strawberries this year. So, because yes, I am the frugal mama, I am using some of our other salvaged items, upcycling them. So I have these different drawers and totes, and this is where I am putting my little pots, mini pots and whatnot. At least that's what I'm doing with this one and probably this one. But this I'm actually going to use, it's just a drawer. The rest of the thing was broken, and many people wonder, why in the world does she take those drawers? Well, this is going to be a seed tray. Just got to think outside of the proverbial box, and you can come up with ways to give a second life, a second chance to those things that most people would just throw out. I'm making some little gutters. Why am I calling them gutters? Little rows. And in each of these, I will sprinkle the seeds, then cover them over. And each row is actually going to be different seeds. The way that Monty Don does it when I watch him is just kind of sprinkles them, tries to sprinkle them evenly, but he's usually doing one kind of seed in each tray, whereas I am going to do a couple of different ones. The tricky thing with these is there isn't drainage, and that can be a concern, except that they're not meant to be in here for very long anyway, and I'm not going to be watering them, I'm going to be spritzing them, and so hopefully that will work. But as I have said 800 times, when it comes to my gardening, it's all an experiment. I'm learning as I go. I think I've figured out a solution where to put all the seedlings in the house. So I have this metal shelving unit that we, of course, got dumpster diving a year ago, and I had started putting some of the outside plants on it, but I'm changing gears and we are going to take this into the kitchen. I have one spot where it'll fit, not terribly comfortably, but it is where it will fit, and it's close enough to a plug outlet, and my clip-on sunlight, solar lights will fit nicely on this as well. So this is the plan. I have a bunch of random seeds that I have sown or that are in little packages, and I've kind of dumped them all together, and I'm gonna, kind of stir them up, and these are all gonna be sprinkled outside in a garden that I am working on. I'll show you.